program has been running for several years, since at least 2016 in Moria, when there were only a handful of resident volunteers, but since then we massively scaled up the resident volunteer program. So we have about 150 volunteers coming on a daily basis, around 80 helping with the waste management, around 40 helping with the food distribution, and then a mix of translators, general support, helping around the office, and then a technical team. The first one is to actually achieve the goals of the program itself. So for example, in the waste management, how do we clean the areas really effectively? How do we recycle, particularly a lot of the plastic that's produced in the camp? Also for the resident volunteers, how do we help their personal development? We want people to leave us in a better situation than when they joined us, and that involves learning and developing your skills, but also walking away with certifications and qualifications that are going to help them in the next part of their journey. So one of the big challenges is that the conditions in the camp are very bad, and so it's difficult for volunteers who really want to work and to help their community to do so. For example, when it's raining and their tent is flooding, it's hard for them to come to work and help us to prepare the other tents. And so this is a struggle that we always face, that the people that are volunteering their time are actually themselves living in appalling conditions. There's a place for everybody in the volunteering program, regardless of what nationality, gender, language you speak. Of course, if you've got language skills, that really helps if you want to be a translator. We particularly need people to work on the more sensitive cases that we deal with, and so there are opportunities for people, if they're really interested in some of that work, to come and help us with the translation and to see a very interesting side of life in the camp. Yes, I do. I think that I've seen many people join as volunteers who have been through multiple trauma on their journey here, and who in the course of their volunteering have completely come out of their shell and gained a lot of confidence and a lot of skills, and I have seen that repeatedly. And this is why we try to encourage more and more people to volunteer, because it really is good for people's mental health. It sets them up for a good future in the next part of their journey. So it's an amazing thing to experience as a person, to come and work for the benefit of your community. And we've seen some really incredible people come through, and it's, I think, been an overwhelmingly positive thing, both for the camps that we've worked in, but also for the individuals themselves.